Hey guys, so today I'm going to be telling you the easiest method on an iPad to create animations for YouTube videos, stories, or thumbnails. So you can use this to create animations or thumbnails for animation YouTube videos. So basically, the software I use is Ibis Paint X right here. This is what the logo looks like in IP. And yeah, I'll put the name of that in the description. But basically, download this app, Ibis Paint X. It's free. So when you go into it, it has the screen. Press My Gallery. And then basically, you can easily create a new project by pressing the plus button. Choosing 16 by 9 because that's the YouTube video format, and so you're going to click that, and then to start drawing, all you have to do is select the brush tool here on the left, right? All you need to do is select it. You can change the size over here on the bottom. You can change the transparency. Basically, wherever you touch, you're going to start drawing. So I'd recommend creating a character, and I use the circle tool. So if you press the ruler up here, you can select circle. You can drag the size of your circle, and then you just draw around to create a circle. To turn that off, you press the off button here. So basically now you have a circle. I'd recommend just doing this on one layer, just outlining this character that you're making. So you're going to add a body to it. I mean, my animation style is probably different than yours, but I'm teaching you how layers will work and what you should do on different layers. So I'll just put a nice smiley face. Make sure the main avatar is like right in the center, or basically the biggest thing in the frame. You want it to be the center of attention, so you can grab people's attention. They'll click on your video. So now you have this outline of your one character. Of course, you're going to need to add background, but you don't do that just yet. So once you've created your character, you're going to want to press at the bottom right here, these 3 pages. It's got like a 1 on it. You press that. It's going to open up this menu, and you're going to want to add a new layer. So you're going to press the plus button on the left part of this menu here. It's going to add a new layer to this feed here. You're going to drag that down beneath that outline layer that you just created. So here it is. I've got it. I'm going to drag it underneath this. So now I have a layer underneath my outline layer. And so I'm going to want to select that, make that one blue, and you can tap out of that menu. So now, what are you thinking? Well, we're going to want to color this guy in. And if you don't want to color that guy in, it's probably not going to be as attractive to viewers. So if you have a colorful image on YouTube, people are going to want to click. I had an animation YouTube channel. It's called Drowney.55. Link to it in the description. But basically, I did this all the time. I made lots of animations. This is the software I used to get started. I ended up using a software that costs money, but this is how I made all my thumbnails always, and some of my YouTube videos were made with this too. So, but anyway, to color this guy in, now you can change colors of your brush. So you're gonna want to change the color of your brush by going to the bottom here. The third option is this color here. It's black currently, but you can change it in the menu over here to one of the preset colors, or you can change it in this color wheel over here. So I'm gonna make the hair of my character here. I'm gonna change the color over there in the options menu, and now instead of now I can just color in with the brush tool all of this area for his hair. I could even make the brush bigger to cover more area, but I think the more convenient way would be the bucket tool. So on the left here, you can select the bucket tool, which I have blue right now, and you can actually just tap where you want the color to go. So now you have the color there. And so you can do that for the rest. I'll just color in my character, color in his shirt, you know, like that. But let's just say you have a really intricate design that this bucket tool does not work for. Well, good thing you have 2 layers, because now, let me just add an intricate design that you could not, it would be hard to use the, you know, fill tool for. If you wanted all of this, like, let's just say if he has grapes on his shirt, right? If you were to use the bucket tool, you'd have to fill in every single grape, right? So you don't want to do that. You can use the brush tool again, and since it's on a separate layer, basically just color in this. And it won't go over the outline. Like, it literally, because it's on a layer below it, you won't see it go over the outline, and that's super handy. That's how you color your character. Now you might want to add shadows. Find the color again and just bring it down a little bit in this color place over here. You're gonna use the brush tool for this. You're gonna kind of darken that a shade of what you just used, and then use the paint or the brush tool to make that shadow and just draw it in. Or what you can do, so that you don't have to get each individual color, is change your brush color to black, and then you can go to the transparency option over here and drag it to be like maybe 30% transparent, and then when you draw over it, it's gonna create a sort of darker version of the color that you just had, because it's transparent. It's not gonna, but the only problem with transparency is that you can't pick up your brush, or else when you go over it again, it's gonna get darker. So you might not want to do that, or you could use that to help out what you're trying to do, because look, it creates an even better shadow when you do that. But I'd recommend just sticking with finding a darker shade in this option menu. The transparency options can get a little hard to use. Now, how about a background? Well, it's just as simple as the last two. But first, once you're satisfied with painting your object or your character, you're going to want to merge these 2 layers together. So you go to the layers button over here, right? And you have 2 separate layers. You have the outline and the painted version, like the thing under the outline. So you're going to want to merge these together once you're completely satisfied with what you've drawn, because if you don't, then if you try and move one of them, it's not going to work out. So because there is a lot of moving that you're probably going to want to be doing. So you're going to oh, my bad. You're going to want to select the layer above the outline, and press the button here, the arrow with 2 lines under it right here, merge layer down. Going to click that, and they're going to merge together. Voila. So now you got a merged layer. Very helpful for moving around, which you can do with this move layer button here. You can now pinch it around. If you go down to this option menu here and on operation, click this like turn button, you can actually turn it as well and zoom in. So very helpful. I'd recommend being able to move it around so that for your thumbnail, you know, it's cool. So basically, once you move it around, you press the green check mark, and now it's staying in place. Go back to your layers. You're going to want to add a new one and drag this below your character again. This is going to be your background layer. Now, if you don't want a background, then you can just export it here. It's going to be a white background. But if you want to export something that's transparent, if you want to have a transparent background, like something, if you download it onto your computer, you could always paste over another image. You can press this button here and change this, the background option to transparent. And now you have a literal transparent file. So just press this arrow on the right here at the bottom, and you'll just save as transparent PNG. So now you're going to have a transparent image to use. But if you want to continue and start making the background, change this back to the white background. To make a background, we might want to hide our character. We might not want to see our character because it will be hard to draw an accurate background. Like if we had a mountain right behind him, it would be hard to see and like color that part. So we're just going to hide our character by pressing this eyeball icon here. Now he's gone, but he isn't deleted. You can still reveal him again. So I'm going to create our background by clicking on this background layer, putting together something. Maybe I'll put together, I'll draw the YouTube play button. Maybe we'll use this for this video, I don't know. And then we can make a really modern background, make something cool to match that up. And yeah, so now we got a YouTube play button, and we'll reveal our character again. Now he's in front of the YouTube thing, and we can always move him around to a different location, you know. Cool. And then, of course, the final step is adding text. Now, of course, you can choose either to add, like, handwritten text or add text from this app. Basically, handwritten text, you're going to add a layer. This time, keep it above this guy because we want the layer above him. And you're just going to write whatever you want with the brush tool. Cool YT stuff. But if that is not fancy enough for you, you can actually use the text option. So hide that, or delete that. You can use the text option. You don't actually need to create a new layer. You're going to go to the left corner, though, and press the text button, the T, and then once you got it selected, you tap anywhere where you want text. You tap it. It's going to say Add Text. You press the Add Text button, and then in the corner here, just start writing cool YouTube tricks. Maybe that's your text. You're gonna like press the check mark there. You can drag this around. In order to edit this again, you can edit more features. Press the little pen tool at the bottom here, right there. It's right at the bottom of the text box, and you can first of all center. You can change the font of this. I'll just use Bakersfield. So now you have your thing, your text. You can actually increase or change the size at the bottom right again. Press the size button. You can change the size of that. You can just drag this around to kind of show where it is. You can change the style of it by increasing the stroke. And this also allows you to change the text color over here to whatever you want. You can drag this around, obviously. And then spacing, you can change spacing. So yeah, a lot of options on the text there, but basically it creates cooler text for you. And now you have a text layer, a character layer, and a background layer, and of course you can always add more layers clicking the layer button, and you can drag it wherever you want in the timeline. Maybe I want another character, I'll just draw him in. And it's always helpful to hide the other layers if you're trying to create something new, because you can always just put the layers back, but if you're trying to create something new, you might want to take them away so you're able to do that. And now we have our character in the back there. So now that you're finished with your thumbnail or you're part of an animation, of course, the way to make animations with this is just create a frame for each part of the animation. Now, usually the reason I'm using this for my animations is because Storytime animations aren't like moving around that much. It's usually just talking over a few frames that change. So like in one frame my character might look like this, and I save that, so save as PNG, but then we might change his facial expression. I'm just gonna do this, and then we'd save that, and then of course we can go into iMovie or some sort of software to edit those two together, and it would look like a cool animation. But basically that's it for how I create my thumbnails, my animated thumbnails, and animated storytime videos on YouTube. It's actually very simple. So yeah, hopefully you guys can do that. If you don't know how to export this, just all you have to do is, again, on the right side at the bottom, you press the arrow here, and you press save as PNG. And you could also do save as transparent PNG if you want to have a transparent background. But that would mean you'd also have to get rid of these parts and just have, you'd want to change that. And then you could have a transparent background. But yeah, there's a lot of components, but this is an easy software to master, and it's very helpful, especially if you don't have like complex computer stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Also, if you are a kid filmmaker, if you've made like an animation or something, and you're a kid from the ages 10 to 16 years old, I'm looking forward to seeing your content. And if you want me to see it, just go to kidsshowcasecompetition.com, which is in the description, and I will be able to check out your content. It's free. I mean, it's a free submission. You just fill out a form, and I'll be able to see your videos. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.